We found a proverb here today that fits with the title of today's episode, which is Physically Hard, and it's from the series Choose Your Hard. This is Proverbs 13:4. Would you like to read it?
A sluggard's appetite is never filled, but the desires of the diligent are fully satisfied.
Read that a second time, please.
A sluggard's appetite is never filled, but the desires of the diligent are fully satisfied. What I love about the book of Proverbs, and I think I say this every time we do this, whether you follow Jesus or not, you could read this as a wise saying.
Mm-hmm.
And if you live by this wise saying, whether you follow Jesus or not, it will do you well. A sluggard's appetite. What's a sluggard?
A sluggard is someone who desires the benefits of hard work without the effort it takes to get it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Say that again.
A sluggard is someone who desires the benefit of hard work without the effort it takes to get it. Another way of saying it is they choose idleness over diligence. Because you see the diligence as the contrast on the other side.
Right.
So they choose idleness. Well, we've talked about idleness quite a bit on this podcast. Idleness is the devil's playground.
It is. I see this as a problem with younger generation too, because of social media and because of iPhone. Is we want it now. And Amazon. If I want something from Amazon, it can show up in my house within 4 hours. And if it doesn't get there in 4 hours, you're like, I got to wait till tomorrow for it. What's Amazon doing? And so we've created this society where we want instant gratification.
Can we also say that with that same social media, they see a presentation of something that's probably not real?
Yeah.
So there's comparisons made to age-appropriate peers who seem to have everything going. And you never, or maybe not never, but you rarely see what went in to present that image.
Yeah.
And the underlying truths behind the image, if there is any truth at all. Some of it can be completely fiction.
For sure it can.
There's plenty of musicians out there, and maybe not athletes, but certainly musicians who wear a bunch of diamond-encrusted chains and don't own them. There are countless celebrities who stand in front of private jets who don't ever ride on that private jet, just take a picture in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are young and impressionable and you maybe haven't had a lot of experience in life, you might think that that's what's happening for the people around you. And somehow your inability to have manifested that so far means that you're not enough.
That's good. I think the other piece that you could look at is that even if they did own all of it, like how miserable are they on the inside?
It's tough to say.
Right?
They might be great. Things might be great. We can't pretend to know. I'm just trying to contrast that other side of the image. Again, we have no idea what's behind the image that they're putting out. And that's frequently the case with social media. If you are consuming it consistently, and then you're somehow contrasting your existence with it, your existence it's a false equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't have a camera on them 24 hours a day to watch everything they're doing. You're just seeing these highlight reels and they might be fictionalized highlight reels. It could also be fact.
Mm-hmm.
That is the case that happens sometimes. So what you can end up developing is this sluggard mentality, because you're like, what's the point? I've been working, I've been doing these things in my own existence, and I don't have whatever this person that I'm now seeing has. And you go, what's the point? And then you can become that because you just become so stagnant and frustrated with the world and frustrated with the lack of what you think are the results you deserve.
Right.
That you end up getting into that place of stagnation. And then finally you surrender to it and you become idle and you become the sluggard.
Well, we talked, I think the last one, maybe the one before that, where you talked about 36% of men deal with body shaming. We're going to kind of get into that part today.
Yeah.
But that's because with social media, I'm always constantly comparing myself of my goals of what I want to be or what I want to look like. And if I'm not willing to put in the work to get there, then it's easy to give up mentality. I think that that's why we talk about diligence.
Okay.
Right. I think that's the second piece of that verse becomes so important in that, is that the desires of the diligent are fully satisfied.
What's diligent then? I wrote that one down. Someone who's sharp decisive, hardworking, and industrious.
Yeah, I just just focused,
Sure.
just a focused person. But the piece that
Focus towards a goal.
yeah, focus towards a goal, but I think the desirous piece is where everything gets off track and everything gets wonky because you set up unrealistic desires for
False
yourself.
paradigm.
You do. Also, you see somebody that you look at them and like they became an overnight sensation, and you'll hear like Shane Gillis say this. He's like, "I'm an overnight sensation that's been working at this for 15 years."
Right.
Right. And so you didn't see all the hard work that went into what they were doing to get to where they're at today. But because you have false expectations, you want it and you want it now.
Sure.
And then we become idle. And so that's where the diligent are fully satisfied. It's because we continue to pursue, we continue to work. We set right goals, but we set them in moderation, right? This is a tiered system anytime you set any goals. And which will go into our physical part about today is you're trying to get to maybe the way you want to look, maybe the way you want to feel. So let's set some correct expectations on how you're going to get there. There's no overnight successes made in any arena that you go into.
Yeah, fully satisfied, I wrote as contentment that comes from hard work and perseverance. Not just physically satisfied, but spiritually when you've learned and grown because of the diligence of overcoming the hard.
It's amazing how they all this series has been 4 parts, but all 4 pieces
play together.
They do.
When I, as we'll talk today with physically, as I continue to exert self-control over my body, it makes my emotions stronger because the production of the hormones inside of me can balance me out.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm feeling down, it's proven scientifically that if I go for a run, I release endorphins and can feel better by the end of that run.
Correct.
Secondarily, if I'm fortifying my body, I can go through harder things mentally because I've been through these hard things physically. It fortifies my mind, especially as you push further. My legs hurt when I did a leg workout, but I still went in the next time and did another leg workout when I didn't want to. That teaches your brain mentally how to be overcoming those things. And we're going to unpack a lot more of that here today.
I think as we talk about physically hard today,